Well, here I am on the Nanaimo seawall. You can see the tide's out. I'm heading out to Vancouver Island University, take a few parks on the way. I'm going to try something different here and see how it goes. I'll try and narrate as much as I can. Nanaimo seawall is actually a nice running path. You can go all the way to downtown, off and on to the ferry, but in general it's a nice seawide. It's pretty quiet typically, and a nice place to sort of make a casual walk. So we're going to start it today, and we'll check in a little bit. We're approaching the Lions Bridge, which connects the seawall from one side to Mafia Sutton Park on the other. You think it wasn't a big deal, but used to have to go up to the bridge up top in order to cross this. But with all the community support, they ended up building this bridge, which is so much better. Take in another view of the harbour, where the mill stream connects in Newcastle, Say Sutton. It's out in the distance, and protection on the right hand side. Breaking off a little bit from the seawall now, and still on the TransCanada Trail, walking underneath the Pearson Bridge right now, and connecting to what used to be the Tally-Ho, but has been transferred over to the Senamuk First Nation, which is now underway in a development project. You can see, looking forward to see what this will look like, because what was there before was it was falling apart basically, and a bit of an eyesore. So it's exciting to see what's envisioned here. Anyways, let's carry on. Well, here we are, crossing the ENN Trail. It's pretty well deactivated now, but used to carry trains all the way from Victoria to, I think, Courtenay Comox. And now it's got some pathways along it, especially through Nanaimo, but it's pretty casual. Hardly anything on it right at the moment. This path to the university, mostly following through parks and trails and avoiding roads almost as much as I can. There'll be a few sections, but for the most part we're totally walking in nature here. Hope you're enjoying. Well, we're in Bowen Park, fairly large park around the midsection of Nanaimo, and our connector from sort of the water side through to Vancouver Island University. Mostly trees, got some roads, but some amenities within. We have not mini golf, they have a swimming pool, they have a zoo, I think. The Millstream Creek River flows right through it, and it's just a nice walk that I've been coming through for many years. So I'm going to take the cut here. Fairly quiet. I should also say it's still part of the TransCanada Trail, so we are keeping to that path still as well. I'll take some pictures along the way. The water level is quite low over this waterfall. I've got a fish ladder in here. It's during the spring runoff. The water levels can get quite extensive running over this. So right now, And it's pretty quiet. Well, here's one crossing we have, Bowen Road, and we're just going to cross over and then eventually get to Buttertubs Marsh. Bowen Road is a pretty major connector, but it is the only real crossing on this whole trek, so noisy for a bit, and now back to a quieter pathway and just a few hundred meters before we enter Buttertubs Marsh. Well, here we are at Buttertubs Marsh. You can walk around the entire marsh, maybe 3 kilometers or so. We're just going to do partial and cross over to the other side. We'll just take some pictures along the way. Well, still walking the trail here. Very popular with walkers and runners at any time of the day, to be honest. Bird watchers, obviously. No bikes allowed on this stretch, so you won't see any of them, but it's a nice, typically in the shade, not often out of it, but you do get that moments of sun. Pretty quiet. It's a nice walk, and you should, if you're in the area, check it out. We're at Buttertubs Marsh. We're crossing 4th Street now, and then we're going to be walking up a path that goes behind the university. So that's our last busy stretch, and on the home stretch to finishing this journey. This fire lane access goes right up to the top there, you know, barely see, and then we're going to turn to the left and take a paved road. It's also a bike path that will eventually bring us to the residence areas of VIU. That area has just recently been done. They put a water pipeline in, and it was ripped up for a while, but more or less restored now. Our innumerable rabbits all over. Well, we're walking on the paved trail now, and maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes at the most, 5-10 minutes maybe, we'll say. It's not paved the whole way, but it does get us most of the way. I see the stop here. If you had a bike, you would deviate downwards and connect down towards the stadium area. We're not doing that. We're going to continue walking on a reasonably packed gravel surface, do a bit of a cut through a trail, connect through the residence, and then enter the main campus from there. Here's the dormitories, or started them. They are building some new ones. You sort of see the crane in the back there, but this is what's here now. Well, now we're at the main VIU Nanaimo campus in the quad, and this will complete our journey. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you next time.